Hi Future Peas, this is Wasim Asgar. I'm a licensed professional engineer in US and Canada. I've authored several books on the topic of FE Electrical and P Power exam, and I've also developed FE Electrical and P Power exam preparation programs. If you're watching this video, chances are that you have already passed your FE exam, so congratulations, and you're ready to tackle the P Power exam. In this video, I'm going to talk about time management during P Power exam. So let's start with some numbers first. P Power exam contains 80 questions and you're given 8 hours to solve these 80 questions. That roughly translates into 6 minutes per question. As you probably remember, compared to the FE Electrical, in which you were given 3 minutes per question, this is actually very generous. This is actually 2 times the amount of time that you were used to while you were preparing for and taking the FE Electrical and Computer exam. And generally speaking, students do feel the time pressure on the FE Electrical and Computer exam. In fact, it can be one of the main factors that determine whether you're going to pass or fail the FE Electrical and Computer exam. But when it comes to the P Power exam, time constraint during the exam is actually not as big of a deal. Because if you look at it, in the FE exam, you have 110 questions. On the P Power exam, you have 80 questions. On the FE exam, you have 5 hours and 20 minutes to solve those questions. On the P Power exam, you have 8 hours to solve those questions. And that's where the 3-minute versus the 6-minute comparison comes into play. Now, just like the FE Electrical and Computer exam, the P Power exam also has a morning session and an afternoon session. A simple approach that you can take is by dividing the time evenly between the morning and the afternoon session and making sure that none of the questions that you're solving takes you more than 6 minutes per question. Now, having said that, you also have to recognize that not all questions are made equal in terms of their level of difficulty, in terms of the amount of time they're going to demand from you. But each and every question has the same weightage, that is, it will give you 1 point on the exam. The exam is typically divided half and half, 40 in the morning, 40 in the afternoon. So to scroll through all 40 questions in the morning session, it will probably take you 5 minutes, a maximum of 7 minutes. And the questions that are super difficult, that you're not able to make sense of, just flag those questions. And all the remaining questions that you know how to approach them, you know where to start, then sequentially start working through each and every one of those problems. Now, your goal is to make sure that the questions that are not flagged, that you have categorized as relatively easy or doable, you give your best shot while staying within that 6 minutes per question timeline. And hopefully you are able to convert a lot of them into actual points on the exam. And the ones that are completely out of your league, you have no idea where to start from, then at least use the method of elimination or make some educated guesses. At the very least, just randomly guess those questions. So if in the morning session, you stay within the 4-hour mark, you've actually done a pretty decent job. And with this improvised approach, you have made sure that the questions that were easy, you've scored points on them. The ones that were slightly more difficult, you've attempted them properly. And the ones that were completely out of your league, you've at least selected one possible answer, and that itself gives you a 25% probability of scoring a point on the exam. I strongly recommend students to make use of the break in between the morning and the afternoon session. Take some time off to relax, to rest, to eat some nutritious food, hydrate yourself, use the washroom, splash water on your face, stretch out a little bit, do some push-ups, and take your mind off for a little bit from the exam. Now, when you start the afternoon session, the process is still the same. Scan through all the questions in the afternoon session, flag the ones that are super difficult, and start working through the ones that you believe are doable. They're able to complete the entire PE Power exam with 1 hour to spare. Sometimes they leave as early as 2 hours. And the reason for that is good time management, confidence, and competence. Within my P Power exam preparation program, I have the on-demand content as well as the live training. There are lectures, quizzes, mini exams, computer simulated practice exams, homework assignments, live sessions. They help you improve your level of understanding from a both theoretical as well as a numerical standpoint. There are mini exams that are timed. There are computer simulated practice exams that are timed. There are tons of quizzes with detailed solutions, lectures with a lot of theoretical concepts, explanations from first principles, deep dives, cross-referencing with the NCEES, P Power reference handbook, tips on how to use your calculator. All of these resources help my students to become very confident and comfortable in tackling the exam, which in the opinion of most of the students is much more difficult than the FE Electrical and Computer exam. Hopefully by implementing these tips and tricks that I mentioned in the video, you'll be able to manage your time effectively during the exam and will be able to put your best foot forward and pass the P Power exam in your first attempt. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and visit my website www.studyforfe.com to learn more about my PE Power exam preparation program. If you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section of this video below. You can find tons of success stories of my FE Electrical and PE Power students over here. And if you want to learn more about preparation of FE Electrical and Computer exam and the PE Power exam, then check out these playlists over here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video.